Prince Harry begging an incentive, perhaps more cash. Well, nothing could stop this happening. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. You all right? Thank you so much. Yes, we'll have a lovely wave. Hope you're keeping well. By the way, thank you for your positive comments on that NHS story. What a shambles, eh? I do feel sorry for the staff because these are the incentives pushed to them by those above, those inclusivity managers that are on thousands of pounds. The hard-working staff, the nurses and doctors, all the cleaners behind the scenes, they really deserve our respect. They are all embarrassed, but of course frightened to lose their jobs if they don't do this. Do check out the video. Incredible. Yes, I know. Just madness, isn't it? A little bit like this latest story coming, of course, out of the land of Montecito. When you think about it, a couple of months back, this was going to be, as ever with the Sussexes, this big thing. They were going to have a relaunch. People were going to love them. It was all going to climb back. I felt sorry for both of these particular individuals. They were taken on because apparently they could do this job. Now, there's two sides to this story, really, because Josh Kettler, of course, wasn't particularly that well known. And now, thanks to this attachment, is going to be very well known, with a lot of people wanting to employ him simply just to get the story or to have that association. Now, one might suspect, and I would say 100%, that he probably tried his best to make it work for the Sussexes. What happened, of course, on the eve of this fake royal tour to Colombia, he spectacularly basically said he couldn't do it anymore. As ever, we have to say allegedly. He'd already gone through one tour, the fake one over to Nigeria, where Meghan decided she was 43% Nigerian, and all that was a farce and a debacle, as you can imagine. But you've got to understand it from his point of view. It is a relentless job working with the Sussexes, and I know because I've spoken to many different people. You're on call 24/7, 7 days a week. Whatever inspiration strikes, madame, then you have to react and, of course, work accordingly. The Gen Z generation, particularly, are not willing to do that sort of thing. Somebody like Meghan, now in her 40s, is one of those people that just thinks that, well, I'm paying you, you should do it. That's the way it works. But sadly, even that particular persuasion could not basically stop this particular man from leaving. He couldn't take it anymore. Now, what's really interesting is, according to a source, the bottom line was that, Harry begged him and said, this won't play out very well. Could you not stay until after the tour? And all sorts of conflab went between them. But apparently, in the end, he said he couldn't. He couldn't stick it, he didn't want to do it anymore, and he wanted to move on. As ever, we have to say allegedly. Now, the mouthpiece to the couple, People magazine, say this was mutual. Let me tell you how this truly works. The agreement would have been initially for 3 months, and then you could terminate on both sides. But of course, in a situation like this, you do hope that if you've invested 3 months into somebody, they're going to give you a little bit more. And perhaps from the other side, the employer's side as well, and the employee side, you would have built a bond. But apparently there was no bond to be built. And it didn't matter what Harry said. And apparently the overtures were he would try to contain the problem. Perhaps the problem is actually at Harry's side, but seemingly nobody dare literally put a lid on it. More importantly, Josh is now gone, and this is going to be an exciting development as to what happens next. Watch the couple, because they've been told anybody's not allowed to speak to them about this latest removal, 18th that we know about from their staff. It's a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.